Alright guys, so we're at The Incredibles 2 now, with ft.TheLostSonicFan7, and I'm just recording real quickly, and right now, basically.
And if you're wondering why we're here today, it's because today is my 16th birthday.
Yep. And I'm excited to hang out with him. I'm going to see my third most anticipated film of 2018 right now, next to Deadpool and Avengers. So I'm excited, yeah. I'm wearing my Loudhouse shirt right now. It's not my fanatic of the show. Yeah. Alright, bye. Hi everyone, it's me Gaming 2, and today I'm here to do my third movie review for the year, as I actually went to see this yesterday afternoon in the theaters. That movie is Incredibles 2, my third most anticipated movie of the year, and let's just get right into it. I fucking loved this movie. It was amazing. Or incredible. But yeah, I went to go see this with ft.TheLostSonicFan7. I actually sort of already did my review on his channel, but I'm doing my own separate review right now to tell you my full opinion on it. I was kind of tired last night when he was doing his review, so I didn't say much, but this was awesome. Now, if I was to place this year, I'm having a tough time fighting if this is better or worse than Infinity War. I think it's better, though, overall. Because I gave Avengers Infinity War a plain A. But I don't think this beats Deadpool 2. But it might beat Infinity War. This movie was fucking awesome. For starters, the action, I think, was better in this film than the original. And I know I may sound crazy for saying this, but I thought like the seizure-inducing scenes with like the flashing screens was actually kind of really good special effects. I'm not trying to sound like I'm crazy or anything, but that fight with Elastigirl and the screenslaver in that one where the whole room is flashing like that may be one of the best fight scenes in... I'm gonna go right out and say it. I was on the edge of my seat with that scene. And I'm not on the edge of my seat with a lot of animated movies, even though I prefer animation over live action. I was actually on the edge of my seat during that scene. It was a fucking awesome fight scene. And this movie was honestly really funny, too. Probably the funniest scene in the entire movie was the Jack fight scene with the raccoon. That was just plain awesomeness. Like, the freaking raccoon's eating a chicken leg, and Jack basically goes out the door through one of his new abilities, which he has 17 in this film. That's amazing. Jack basically goes out, he's flames, and then I'll tell you honestly, I had to go to the bathroom during most of that scene, but what I saw, it was amazing. I think I just missed the part where Mr. Incredible said, "You have powers, yeah, baby." But yeah, so that was awesome. The family dynamic, I think, was better than the original. The scenes with Mr. Incredible and the rest of the kids at home, they were very funny. Especially Violet's story, which is about where her crush's memory gets erased. And she starts to act like a typical... I wouldn't say typical, because some teenage girls are nice, but I'd say a typical teenage girl when you piss them off, is what I'm trying to say. And she was pissed by what Mr. Incredible did. Or, yeah, just Mr. Incredible. I'm going to call him Mr. Incredible, even though his real name is Bob. Um, but, yeah, Violet had boyfriend problems, technically. I guess you can say, not really her boyfriend, but, Dash had math homework problems, which I can totally relate with Dash. I am terrible at math. I can't do math worth my life. So, yeah, he's pretty relatable. Mr. Incredible taking care of the kids. I can understand how a father feels taking care of 3 kids. But somehow I can't imagine taking care of 11 kids. My reference to the Loud House, yes. Oh my god, I don't think I'd ever be able to have that many kids without freaking going ballistic. But yeah. He finds it tough as he's trying to fit through all 3 of their problems, and he finally breaks at the end, sort of yelling at them, and then probably the most emotional scene in the movie is when Mr. Incredible basically apologizes to Violet over what he did, and he said, "I don't think I'm a good father," and she goes, "You're not a good father. You're super." Or "You're a super father," or something like that. That isn't one of Pixar's most emotional moments, but it's probably the most emotional moment of the 2 Incredibles films for sure. So just like Avengers Infinity War, I can't just talk about 4 characters. I gotta talk about them all. So first, we'll go with Elastigirl, who is the main character. She was awesome in this film. Most of her fight scenes were incredible. Especially that fight scene with Screenslaver where the whole room was flashing. That was awesome. And the suspense building up to it with the clock or the bell was just... Her action scenes were awesome. Possibly rivaling Mr. Incredible's action scenes in the first movie. Speaking of which, he was awesome. He was really funny when he was really exhausted and he was trying to get Jack back to the dimension that they're in, and he was like, "Nom nom cookie, cookie." It's just so funny to see him that exhausted, but honestly, that also brings the most emotional scenes in the movie, like the Violet scene. And then, speaking of which, Violet, she was cool. Her, crush problems. There was this one scene when they went to the restaurant and she blew water out of her nose. That was probably the theater's, biggest laugh. Almost everybody was laughing, including me. That was an awesome scene. She was very good in this movie. Dash... LostSonicFan7 says he was annoying. I didn't really think he was annoying in this film. I think he was just right. I honestly would say he's probably a little more annoying in the first film, but can I tell you honestly, Dash might be my favorite Incredible. He's just awesome. And in this movie, he doesn't have as much action to do, but his scenes are pretty funny. Like when... just obliviously goes up to Mr. Incredible, holds up the math book, and then that's great. Frozone was also really good. It's really good to see Sam L. Jackson return as him, as he is a great actor. I would possibly say he was ultimately the one to save the day. So yeah, Frozone was awesome. Edna was really funny, especially when she was babysitting Jack Jack. That was an awesome scene. The fact that Jack Jack morphed into look like Edna, that was amazing. And then the last character I think I'm going to talk about is Screenslaver, who wasn't as good as Syndrome in my opinion, but she... You probably can't believe I'm saying that. She was the sister of Winston, who is the guy who's trying to make supers legal again. She is actually the Screenslaver, and she's the main antagonist in this movie. She's not terrible, especially when it's actually Screenslaver. Like, during those scenes were... oh my god, awesome. But once it's really revealed it's her, I don't know. It wasn't as good as Syndrome. Syndrome was a better villain. I'll agree with everyone on that. Oh yeah, there's like a bunch of other supers in the movie, like Void, Brick. Somehow I forgot the rest of them, but this was a great movie. I can't believe that this beats the original out of the park, and that is my 5th favorite Pixar film of all time. This is definitely Pixar's best, probably, honestly, since Toy Story 3. I'm not kidding. I wasn't a big fan of Inside Out. I know I'm going to get demolished for saying that. I thought it was honestly a little too colorful, I guess you can say. It was also really too dark at times. Besides Monsters, Inc., I'm really not a big fan of Pete Docter's Pixar films. But Monsters, Inc. was an amazing movie. And Up was also pretty good, but I just wasn't a big fan of Inside Out. The Good Dinosaur wasn't that good. Finding Dory was good, but it wasn't great. Cars 3, same as Finding Dory. It was good, but it wasn't great. And Coco, I'd honestly say before this was the best Pixar film since Toy Story 3. But I think this beats Coco. And I honestly think I loved Coco. But this was just amazing. So where does this lead it? A+. Of course it leads at an A+. This was an amazing movie that I highly suggest you go see if you're a Pixar fan or a fan of the first film or just a fan of movies in general. Go see Incredibles 2. It's amazing. Guys, you may be wondering, am I going to go see any more movies in the theaters this year? I think I'm only going to go see one more in the theaters, and that only depends if it gets good reviews, and that is Venom. Really, I'm not too interested. I would go see Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I'm going to be very busy around that time, because I'm going to Canada literally a week after that movie comes out, and I gotta get ready. I gotta get my baggage packed up and stuff, so I'm not gonna have a chance to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp. Probably. I would go see it, but I'm too busy. I'm getting ready for Canada, and I got a little announcement. Supposedly, Breaking Dad and Crimes of Fashion is coming out in late July. I'm probably not going to be able to review them the day it comes out because I'm still going to be in Canada. I know what you're saying. Yes, you can. You can see the episodes whether they aired in Canada or not. My point is, I'm going to go see my family. I want to spend time with them, so I'm not really going to be on YouTube for those 2 weeks. Please understand, I'm spending time with my family. I really am. I'm sorry, but that's just it. I'm spending time with my family for 2.5 weeks. Then I will return to YouTube for big stuff, and there's more videos where that came from today. There's more than just this. There's going to be my review of What Would Lincoln Do and Ruthless People today. And also there's going to be probably a plush video. So that's it. Gaming Do here. See you later. Bye.